Hello YouTube, Ronan Kazi, Element Gaming, Destiny 2. So, I think last time I made a video about Destiny 2, I just read about what the upcoming patches were, and it kind of got me nervous a little bit. But there's more information now, or I read more, and I'm going to probably have to buy the expansion, which I don't mind. I like the game. And I'm going to probably play it with the next expansion. They have some of the features that you have over in the Division 2. And I think those quality of life things are great. There's going to be like a new class or new like planet to go to, and it's a little bit different. So I'm looking forward to it. So I think in this video, I'm just grinding a little bit. Again, like I think I've told you before, if you're coming from the Division 2, just the weapon play is just seamless. It's very smooth and polished. I did some of the main quest weapons, so I have this. I don't even know what it is, but it's okay. One of the fundamental differences that you're going to run into between the Division 2 and Destiny 2 is the weapons and the power of the weapons. So in the Division 2, you get a couple weapon slots and a pistol slot and then an ultimate weapon slot. And you might have an LMG and an AR and then just any type of pistol. And then whatever class you are, you get some kind of weapon for that class. The classes are okay because they give you some other bonuses, but I don't like... If people had their choice, they'd probably pick one or two weapon types and they'd pair them with one or two types of play style. But to get some of the ultimate weapons, you have to do that stuff. You have to change your build. I like the fact that you can have your ultimate weapon, doesn't matter. Mine's a sword, and you get purple ammo for that, so they make it easy. You're killing things till you spawn purple ammo, and then you charge it back up. I started with the bow, but I'm in an area where there's higher levels, and they're just killing things faster than I can do the bow. So I'm intrigued by the bow, but I'm going to probably switch here in a little bit. The other thing I really like about Destiny 2 is a lot of the open world kind of quest, because you might want to solo, but you're in a group kind of, you know, in general, people will res you and that kind of stuff. It's been pretty good. So that's kind of what I've also been putting out some Diablo Immortal videos because I really like that game. I took a break, did a bunch of stuff for the Super Bowl, and now I'm back at it. I have some gameplay, so my process is I go into the games, play the games, and then I move on to eventually start editing this stuff. And what I'd like to do is get, 3 or 4 videos in the queue, and then always be 3 or 4 videos ahead. But during the Super Bowl, I just couldn't help myself, so I wanted to put a bunch of stuff out there. So it's about 2 weeks or less before the expansion comes out, or the DLC. I don't know if I'll get the Witch Hunt DLC or whatever it is, but I can go back and do that. So one of the benefits of coming back in this late is I have all this content that I'm going to get to do eventually. I do miss the original, I grinded in one spot in the Eurozone, which that's what this is. This isn't the spot where you spawn originally, but you get your first quest. But I spent a lot of time over here and over here, over there and over here. So I know this part of the map. Apparently not. I'm shooting the wrong thing. I know this part of the map a little bit better than the new stuff. And I guess there's a way to play the old quest. I don't know if I want to do that. But this is one of the things I enjoy about this game. In any game, there was a game, Rift, that had this kind of public, kind of open world bosses and that kind of thing that was really nice. And other games are doing it now. It puts the MMO and the RPG is when you're seeing other people. A couple of commenters on Destiny 2 have been just absolutely fantastic. People invited me to their raid groups, and I just am flabbergasted at how great that so far. I'm sure I'll piss someone off, but they've been really great. I'm not trying to piss anyone off. But the community seems great so far that I've run into. What I really want to do is use this as a spear and just stab people, but it ends up being a pretty effective weapon. It's my energy weapon, uses green ammo. Sometimes you can get energy weapons that are unlimited. It's not too bad. This is pretty much, you know, I'm going to take people down if there's like lieutenants and that kind of stuff. It's pretty decent. The thing is, I got to stop shooting to reload it. Sometimes I'm not smart enough to do that. So you can see that heroic event complete. Might not be getting the best loot. I'm not getting raid loot, but I'm relearning the game and I'm getting loot, so it's pretty good. And that's the original, that British guy, original quest giver. And the other thing, I'm sure there's cosmetics where I can, you know, jazz myself up. I haven't got even into that part yet. I'm really just trying to get back in the swing of things. I think when I started, the gear was $13.50, and it's up to $4.10 now or whatever. So I'm slowly getting better. So eventually I switched to a submachine gun, and it's, you know, predictable. It's pretty good. It's not super easy to get headshots, but it seems pretty easy. You know, I just level at where I think their heads are, and then I just spray across. So that part's pretty good. But of course, I love the sword play. I love the sound and everything. So that, you had me at sword. And that's probably, if you notice me on the other game I played, I'm probably not going to play the meta. Not interested in that. I'm interested in the edges of all that kind of stuff. And so I remember when I first played WoW, I was a druid. It was like the worst class in the world. It read like it was going to be the best class in the world, but it was the worst. And that kind of soured me. I was in a clan. We moved over from Azran Skull 2. I was like an officer, and then people were just bitching, and I just didn't want to be in it, and I just quit from being in that clan. I mean, at work, I have that. Why do I want that in my off time? And I raided a little bit in World of Warcraft 2. But that's a lot of just undue pressure. And having not seen the fight, you know, I think the guild I was in, we got stuck at a dragon, and there was all these mechanics, and I wanted to play healer. I couldn't play healer. They needed me. I was a shaman, so I had to be a ranged shaman. That's a tough class to play because you got to stop to have any DPS. And then I was a DPS person, so that's always a lot of pressure because you're not putting out enough damage. And that's any raid, any tough content. That's what's great about the Division. You can play that tough content, but it's really, you got to be smart in what you're doing. Oh, and I mean on the raids and that, there's no joke. If you don't have the high enough, if your build isn't good, it doesn't matter all the tactics in the world. You'll just stay alive, but everyone else will die because you're just a minus. So it's kind of, that's what raids are. It's kind of like a blend of, you got to have really decent gear, and then you got to know how to play. Yep, so I'm digging this, using the pistol. I'm eventually going to get bored of just killing these guys off of here. I'm like, how often are they going to do that? And they just keep coming to do that. So what's nice about this is a small thing, but I don't have to go anywhere, and I can kind of practice with different weapons and with headshots, and can I see them on there? and I'm in a really easy environment. So I understand how the people are saying that sometimes it's too easy. But when you're getting just back into something where you're new and you're figuring out stuff, this is kind of not too bad. And the bummer thing about all this is I can't find my original characters. So I don't know if I was always on Steam. I don't know if I had Epic. I have one last computer to test it on. And it looked like someone had hacked my account when I had Epic, so I re-hacked it back. But I'll have to see. And I wasn't so far along. I had done a lot in that game before, but I wasn't so far along. And I did the crafting and all that stuff. So it sounds like all that's going to kind of change, which is good. So I guess if I'm starting back in Destiny 2, I'm starting at a good time. So I remember there was some type of boss, like mini boss down somewhere. I thought it was over here, but I was wrong. It's back around the corner. But you go down in the cave. And again, you have this in a lot of games. This is a nice feature in games where you can go take on a mini boss. It's kind of like to test yourself, test your builds. I haven't messed around with my build a lot. It's pretty easy to do, but I have just a play style, and I remember what I was doing in this. So you can see I don't use my skills as much. I'm more weapon based at this point. And I keep reminding myself to use my skills. And it's the same thing in something like Diablo Immortal. I like that I can get in and out of it. It's easy to make videos for me. So if I play it on my phone, I can record it on my phone. And then I can record the audio on my phone. So I can do all of the editing and everything right there. So that's kind of a nice deal. Normally what I'm doing here is I will have transferred the files on a USB stick to like I don't know, it's a dongle. It's not really a hub. It's a hub, but it's like one of those portable hubs. It's not like a stationary one. And I kind of got a setup which I can use for my Steam Deck and my tablets, where I have like a little stand, and then I have all these USB-C. And I use it on my computer too, little hubs that have different stuff I can put in there. Also, there's a thing I didn't know you could do. In VLC, on my iPad, I can make a VLC thing and make like a shared network thing, and then I can just transfer the files from my PC to that through VLC, which is pretty cool in the pinch. So now I'm in this area. I've tried to get my stuff. I'm going to use this little weapon. I know I'm going to spawn some. See, there's some green ammo. The most I can hold is like 23 ammo, so I know I can use the ammo, and if I can hit stuff, it's pretty decent. You saw I was just stuck there with a second I was out of ammo. I don't know what any of this means, the overcharge or any of that. I really don't know any of that yet. And so once I get past here, I'm going to kind of see the... That's my dog, Roxy. See the mini boss, and he has two like lieutenants around him up there. And I'm sniping back here, and I figure I can just take out all these minions before they get up to me. Again, this is a difference between, I don't know if Ubisoft had a game like Halo or anything, but the weapon handling and the attack stuff just works. Sometimes in the Division 2, you'll take a sniper shot and it won't register. or anything. And you're like, well, what's going on? I don't know if it's really a miss. You might be shooting at center mass. I don't know. And I'm not going to sit here and badmouth the Division 2 because I'm going to play that here too. I like that game. I like this game. It can work. Both can work. And so at this point, you can see I have 57 sword ammo. So I'm just trying to get rid of these stupid little drone things. And then I'm going to Hassan chop the crap out of the rest of them. The boss. And one thing is, you know, you can put some weapons that have infinite ammo, and then some people might do that, but this isn't so bad. There's enough of a spawn of the ammo. Oh, there's the boss. So that's a pretty good weapon. You can see I'm running out of ammo. Now I'm going to Hassan chop him right to the bits. Hassan chop was from Bugs Bunny. They rubbed, I think it was a genie cartoon where they rubbed the thing and then it went to kill him. And that's where I got the Hassan chop. Wow. Cats and the dogs are nutting up. So I have enough ammo where I'm just going to kill these things real quick with the sword. Super satisfying for me. And I'm going to try to get out of here. And really when I'm in this area, I'm just kind of... excuse me, gosh. I'm just reliving. I've done this a million times when I played it before. But there's another place that I'm going to go that I did before. So what you're really seeing is me just kind of itching a scratch of like, I used to do this and now can I still do it? And everything's fine. Again, I should be using my skills. I'm a warlock, but I'm not. Just the weapons are strong enough. I still can't shoot. No matter what game I play, I'm horrible, but that's good. I have a transportation. Again, I mentioned that about this game too. You have transportation, which is fantastic. You get it really early, so it's not an issue. You can fast travel everywhere. It's, you know, when these games first came out, these MMOs, part of it, WoW has vestiges of that, where you have to travel, and it's a long time to travel. It's like a waste of time. Now, that might be good if you got to use the bathroom. But if you're playing, that's just like wasted dead time when you're playing. And there was a lot of that. And part of it was because the game had no end. You know, they're just trying to slow you down from leveling. That's how horrible gaming was. Because they just didn't think people... You know, we didn't know. No one knew that these games would take off like they did. This game doesn't have any of that. It's not from that time period. And then you have certain skills on how you can travel, just not with a vehicle. Like you can glide. I've taken like a blink type of skill where you can see it recharges every so often, and then I can blink forward a little bit. And that's a nice change. There's a lot of variation. So if that's something you like to customize your character, and that's a lot of these games, that's what it's about. And there's a fail of doing that too, but that's okay. So there's a roving band of these guys on little bikes. I get my whoop-de-doo weapon ready in case I run into them. And so about this point, I decide I'm going to go over to this other place. And I'm going to run there, I think. And I don't know if you notice this in the sword or your third person. I'm used to playing third person, and when you get your weapon, you're in first person. That annoyed me at first, and now I don't even remember it, right? It just, Again, that part of the game is super polished. Okay, so this is where we're going. I love this place. But now seems like a good time to try. Not that weapon. Come on, Ronan. You can do it. Different weapon. Wrong weapon. There we go. Let's see how this bow does. Oh, snap. One shot, one kill. I'll do it. Silent, too. So, I found two weapons that I really like. Now, the thing that they changed in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, if that's the name of it, is they let you just keep the weapons you wanted. Instead of having to change weapons each time to upgrade, they just let you keep the same weapon. I hope that they're going to do that in here. I want to be a bow guy and a sword guy. And a pistol guy. Looks like this Warlock might be like a pet class or something. I'd like to see how that was. So I'm digging that. So that's what's good about, I'm not going to sell the people that like Destiny 2 like Destiny 2. I've liked both games. I'm going to play both games, but I think Destiny 2 with this new DLC and these significant changes is going to be a better opportunity. It's completely a different game from when I first played it a long time ago. And I'm like, well, shit, why don't I just do this the whole game? So I'm pretty happy with that. So, as always, video's not over yet, but I want to thank you for tuning in. This is my other channel. I don't know if I'll go over. I don't know what will happen. I have to think about how to do this. But I have a nice amount of people on the other channel. I don't want to leave them out. They like some of that. I'm guessing they like that content. I hope they like it. But I like playing this game. I like being able to snipe someone from this far away. Like, look at that. Who doesn't want that? And to season rank up. So I want to thank everyone that comes over here. I want to thank all the people that are over there. I don't think, unless some Christmas miracle happens, I don't think I'll ever be good enough where, you know, I'm going to make this as a living. But it would be nice to put out content that people like and that's interesting, and that they don't mind my point of view, or they like an alternative point of view. And look at this, another event. It's like a Christmas present. So that's what I'm slowly doing, but it's not the whole reason. Really, the main reason is just I like doing this. So having a bow when you're with other people, they kill them so fast. So this is kind of, so I need to either find a boss or I'm going to have to switch, because I'm not going to be able to kill people as fast as they're killing them. Ooh, and there's a boss.
Take down that servitor and they starve.
So that's okay. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Future looks bright. I gotta wear shades. Thanks, everyone. See you soon. Ronan Kazi signing off.
It's going haywire. We got the servitor, and the servitor took down the other fallen.
You've smashed their hopes to